Hi, welcome to Wrinkle Society of Hope. If this is your first time, welcome. And if you are returning, thank you so much for continuing to support Wrinkles. Today, you are going to hear an amazing woman, a woman that is marching in her own drums, moving forward and making history, to come and tell her wrinkle story. So sit back and relax and listen in. And guess what? Don't forget to hit subscribe and share our channel. Don't forget to hit that notification bell so you can hear about the new women to come. And I would love to do an interview with you. So hit me up so we can do our Wrinkles interview together, because every story is a motivation for others. And you can also hear us on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Continue to press through your wrinkles, and I hope to hear from you soon. Hello, Wrinkles family. Let me tell you, I'm so excited. I'm so excited today for this interview, especially since my alma mater is being representative for not just that, but I met this beautiful, amazing, talented woman when I left Arizona on my own to go to Grambling State University, become part of the best band, the world famed Grambling State marching band. And guess what? I have someone who is marching to her own beat and making history. So I had to bring her to the Wrinkles family. So please introduce yourself, Doctor, to the Wrinkles family.
I am Dr. Nikole Roebuck, Chair of the Music Department and Director of Bands at Grambling State University.
And when we were in the band together, we were a part of the music fraternity and sororities of the band. So I am a part of Sigma Alpha Iota, but she is Tau Beta Sigma, right? Yeah. and also Pledge Delta.
Correct. Spring 99.
I was like, what year was it? I don't even know. So, Spring 99. So we pledged the same year. I pledged SCI Spring 99, but you became Delta, and also I am AKA as well. So definitely, you know, I'm always promoting HBCU love, sorority love, and also music fraternity and sorority love. So you are seeing women here representing all spectrums. But as we have gone through life and we have pushed through so much, still looking amazing and beautiful with all the pressure of leading such a mighty, mighty band, how would you feel if you would get a physical wrinkle?
You know, I have to say, I wake up every morning and I first give thanks, and I just make sure, I'm learning. I have to say this, I'm learning to take care of me. I have a nice little self-care routine now. I have to be honest, when I first started the job, it was, you know, I'm saying, you know, and I know we'll probably get to this. I was all in, and I'm still all in, but I'm learning that first hour of the morning is so important just for me. So that's how I maintain. So let me say that.
Well, you have to find something for yourself, because I mean, everyone has their own journey and have to figure out what works for them to get through everything in life, right? And as we go through life, we have to press through emotional changes and wrinkles that we have to go through. What is the story that you would like to share today about something that you had to press through?
Well, you know, I'll have to say a wrinkle of mine right during COVID, when COVID first hit, which was the end of my first full fall. My mom was diagnosed with breast cancer. And she actually, I say she hid it from me for a while. She was diagnosed, actually, my mom knew in February. She had, you know, she had a mammogram that called her back in. And I was, you know, just moving. The band had a couple of games that we had just performed for the Pelicans. And I remember I went to South Carolina and I did a presentation. And so here I am, just kind of like moving and shaking, just going through, just, enjoying this journey. Then, COVID hits and we come home supposedly for a week. And I remember this Sunday, she said, well, I have something I need to tell you. She had a biopsy and gone to the, back to the doctor and everything. And I said, okay, not thinking that it was going to be breast cancer. And she said, I've been diagnosed with breast cancer. So I'm just numb because my mom is like my biggest cheerleader, my supporter. She's been there holding my hand for 46 years. She has been there. So I'm like, Lord, I just started this journey. And I thought the worst. I said, you can't take her now. I didn't say it out loud, but that's what I'm thinking. So she said, yeah. She said, and whatever the Lord decides, I'm okay with it. She said, I've lived my life and I'm okay with it. But we went the next week or so to, talk about the plan of action that the doctors wanted to do. So when we went in, I'll never forget, and thank God for Dr. Petty. That was her oncologist. And my mom at the time was 74. So, yeah. So he brought her in and he said, oh, wow. He looked at our chart again and he said, are you really 74? She said, yes. And she said, I've never been sick. She was still working. And he said, I'm going to be very honest with you. My plan was to give you some medicine, some pills to prolong your life. He said, but I think you could go through chemo. So we went, he said, if it was not for COVID, we would go in and do surgery. But he said, I don't want to put you in the hospital right now because of COVID. But make a long story short, we went through, we did chemo, we did surgery, and we did radiation. And she's a fighter. And the whole time, and I'm like, Mom, you're not complaining. And she said, what's the use? I have to go through it. And it was just, she was like, I guess like the best patient that a person could be. She would go to chemo every week and the nurses start coming down like, let me see what she's going to have on. And even at her worst, like she lost all her hair, whole nine, she would still say, find me this out of my closet. Put my makeup on for me. And she said, find me the prettiest scarves you can buy, the fanciest hats, and that's what she did to make herself feel good. And when she went to chemo every week, she was dressed and they would be like, we just wanted to come down and see what you had, what were you wearing today? And so we made it through, thank God. And she had actually 2 lumps in one breast, two different types of cancer. So she made it through. So when you say a wrinkle, that was definitely a wrinkle. And I just remember just praying, and they say, I know the Lord, but then when you go through something like that, it just brings you a whole lot closer. And so we made it through. She is, alive and well and moving and shaking and doing everything. And it's like she's never been sick. So I think that time for me was, I guess, and then being new in the position and then the band going through COVID. And I'm like, okay, Lord, are you trying to are you testing me? Because it made me stronger, because I had to make sure not only that my mom was good, that my family at home, my husband and my son, I had to make sure that they were good. But then I also had to make sure that the department and the marching band was still functioning in COVID, because we were trying to transition on how do you make sure that you're teaching your classes online, moving everything to an online environment, making sure that everything was still moving and progressing. So yeah, that was a wrinkle, but we made it through. And I always say everything happens for a reason. So I thank God right now for, I guess, that part of my life, because it did make me stronger. It gave me a whole lot more courage and I guess persistence to fight through some other things. Yeah.
Oh wow. Talk about the fact that so many people seeing you smiling, pushing through, being just band director, being the first female band director at Grambling State. Put that out there. We're gonna talk about it. But let's put that out there first. Because we already know. I mean, we don't know because we're not in your position, but the things that you probably was thrown, I mean, we know a little bit because we seen and hear and all this stuff. But people don't understand that you see people in certain positions and you just see that. But the fact you were going through all of that with your mom, I mean, God, I bow down to the strength that God gave you through all of that.
Yeah.
I really do. And seeing the other side of it, because as a cancer survivor myself, hearing it from where you were the family member, having to be strong for that, your mom, that had to be so hard. What advice would you give to family members that are a daughter or a son or are a spouse that are going through their loved one going through cancer? What advice would you give them?
I think the best advice I could give a person who has a close family member has been diagnosed with not just cancer, but any illness, and you have to be there. Number one, be patient, because they're going through, not you. And every day is not going to be a good day for them. And just learning how to put your needs to the side and cater to them, because they need you to be understanding. They need you to make them smile and laugh every day, because it helps them try and get through what they're going through. And when you come, and most of all, most importantly, when you're around someone who's dealing with a illness, your energy that you bring into the room determines a lot. So I will say, come in as your best self, but because it helps them get through. And even if you feel sorry for them, don't let them know. Because there were a lot of times where I cried, but I didn't let my mom see me cry, because I didn't want her to feel bad. So we would, smile. I know she always would like to look at clothes online. So we just did our normal routine, like, hey, mom, let's look at this, and just as normal as possible, so she could keep her mind off of I'm sick. So that's the best advice that I could give a person.
That's beautiful advice. It is. It helped me through it a lot too. Just living in the moment and not thinking of what could be. And that's so amazing that you were there for your mom through all, being the first female band director at Grambling State University. Please tell me how that feels. How did that feel? And maybe even a wrinkle that you had to press through during that.
Wow. I have to say, being the first female director of bands at Grambling State University, it's still a little mind-blowing, to say the least. It is truly an honor. It is a joy to do what I do, to serve the students at Grambling State University. What I always say, what I do is it's more than music for me. It is definitely about the students and their well-being. You know our motto, we always say, always on time, in the right frame of mind, ready to go to work. And Mr. Hendricks likes to add, which is very important, with the right equipment, because you got to have the right equipment. But I like to add a little spin to that. Now, you know, my job is not only to recruit the student, but to retain the student and to graduate the student. So at the end of 4 years, I mean, graduation day, I know sometimes people look at me a little strange, because I make it a point to, before they do the processional end, I'm going to find every band student that's in the line, and I want a picture. I'm a hug them. You know, we might have like a certain handshake or whatever, because it's their moment. Some of them it took 4 years, some of them 5, some might a little longer. But at the end of the day, you made it. Like, this is your moment. And even when they come across the stage, you know, the band sits at a certain place in the assembly center. I mean, I'm cheering, I'm standing up, I'm clapping, and it's just like my child coming across the stage, because I've had them for X amount of years, and I know what challenges, you know, they've had to have, because when they come here, you know, every day in college is not easy. So what I do is, it's more than music. You know, we get down in the band room and we play, and we, you know, we get creative, and we make our field shows, and we do all of that. But at the end of the day, my job is to have a positive impact on every student that I come in contact with, because they're going to leave me. And how do they function in the real world? How do I teach them conflict resolution? How do they become contributing members of society? So they can look back and say, yes, I marched in the band under Dr. Roebuck, but I was successful in the classroom. I was successful on the field, but I also learned some lifelong lessons that I can carry with me into my career. I might not necessarily be a music education major. You know, I might be computer science, I might be a biology major, but I can carry some of those same, how to be on time, you know, discipline. I can carry those skill sets and be productive in society. So, you know, it's more than music for me, you know.
Well, I bow down to you. I'm so proud of you to know that I marched with you. You weren't doctor at the time when I marched with you. And for you to be, I see the band, I see the discipline, I see the way they look amazing. And you look amazing doing it. So
Thank
hats off to you. I can't take this off, but hats off for that. So all that you've been through and continuing to press through and building this foundation. And I love that you are pushing them to different things that they're learning in order to go into life. The woman that you are today, and you got a shirt made. What would that shirt say?
With God, all things are possible.
We know that's true.
Yeah.
We know that's true. Well, with all the children that are out here, listen, I tell people all the time, I came all the way from a little town, Eloy, Arizona. We're not even going to talk about how small my town is. And I went to Grambling State, and the band is still my family, just like you coming to share with me today, because we were in the band together. We all became family, and the love, and I was able to survive. I know I was able to survive college because I became a part of the World Famed. What advice would you give to some of these kids that are thinking about coming or going to any band, and how could they, come and maybe audition for the band?
If you are a member of a high school band, you're thinking about becoming a member of any college band, I'll have to say this, and you want a scholarship, scales equal money. First off, I'll have to say, listen to your band director. Make sure that you are owning your craft and that you are trying to perfect it daily, which is important. If you want to become a member of the baddest band in the land, the Grambling State University World Famed Tiger Marching Band, if you go to www.worldfamed, and that's FAMED.com, worldfamedband.com, and you click apply now, it's going to give you all of the audition requirements. It'll give you information on how to set up a virtual audition. It'll give you the history of the band, everything you need to know. That's www.worldfamedband.com.
Well, you see those links coming across. Make sure you apply. Like she said, be about your business, pretty much. That's what she said. Be about your business, because, listen, the top of the top come to the World Fame, and they make sure they're about their business. They practice. I remember I practiced forever before I came to audition way back when. So make sure you're about your business, because this is a life-changing experience if you be a part of the World Fame. So anything else you would like to share?
And if you're not following us on social media, make sure you're following us on our social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram. Instagram is GSU_World Famed Band. Facebook is Grambling State University World Famed Band. So just make sure that you are following us. But once you get to our Instagram page and you go and visit our bio, you'll have our link tree, and you'll have all the information that you need. So just go to IG, GSU_World Famed Band, visit the bio, click our link tree, give you all the information that you need.
We definitely will put those links out there. You can also go to www.wrinklesocietyofhope.org, and I will have a special link there as well with this beautiful woman's face, so that you can click on that and go right to the Instagram, so you can follow the World Fame. And you can also see all the traveling that they've done, all the things that they're doing out there in the community. It's not just about going out there and dancing and performing. You are making a change in the community. You are showing people in leadership that we are stellar people who come from Grambling State University, right?
Correct. And you can follow the band director on Instagram at Dr.Nikki Roe, NIKKIROE.
Follow, and see all the things that she's doing. And the amazing thing is that you are making history by not just being the first female band director at Grambling State University, but you're also making history because you're doing an amazing job. So
thank you.
Keep it up. Thank you so much for coming today.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Bye, Wrinkles.
Bye-bye.